are looking to get back in the win column after falling 4-3 last night to the Isotopes. All 3 games in this series have been decided by 1 run. It's been an entertaining week in this ballpark between these 2 teams. For the Express, they enter tonight 6 wins and 3 losses in the second half. They are 37-47 overall. Albuquerque, 4 wins and 5 losses in half number 2. They are 43-41 on the season. And on the mound tonight, the Express will turn to the 29-year-old right-hander Nolan Kingham, a Las Vegas, Nevada native. Kingham this year, it's a 1-3 record and a 7.43 earned run average. It's felt like he's thrown the baseball better than what his line says, including a fabulous start in Las Vegas 2 weeks ago. So he'll toe the rubber tonight against this dangerous Albuquerque lineup, which has been one of the best in the Pacific Coast League this season. Big crowd on hand tonight and tomorrow and on Sunday. Should be a fun weekend. Want to wish you a happy 4th of July. A little bit early here tonight as the Express are home on July 3rd and 4th this year. And it's 91 degrees right now. The sun is shining bright. Shadows just overtaking the third base side. It's a warm night here in Central Texas. So Anael Amador will step in the box. He bats from the left side. The right-hander Kingham will rock. He'll kick. He'll deal. And the first pitch, a swing and a miss right by Amador. And we're underway. First pitch coming in at 7:08 Central Time. And that's sunshine blasting down on these Round Rock defenders here. Third baseman Castillo, the only one in the shade. A kick in the 0-1. And that's up top. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Kingham right now, his lower half is in the shade, but his top half getting plenty of sunshine. He'll kick in the 1-1 to Amador. That's up and out, and it's 2 balls and a strike. So Amador leading things off tonight. Zach Veen getting the evening off. We've seen him in the leadoff spot the first 3 nights of this series. And it was Amador who was the hero last night in the top of the 9th inning with his go-ahead RBI single. 2-1. And that one drifts away, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. The defense behind Nolan Kingham this evening. Diego Castillo plays third. Caber Rodriguez is the shortstop. Santiago Espinal, the second baseman, as the 3-1. And swung on and rocked on the ground. On the backhand, Espinal. He'll set his feet from shallow right and toss on to first in time. It's a nice play from Espinal. Welcome to Round Rock. First game tonight, Rangers just signed him to a minor league deal. Espinal, who opened the year with the Los Angeles Dodgers organization. Played in 36 games this year with the back-to-back World Series champion Dodgers. So Kingham now facing the right-hander Brenton Doyle in his first pitch, and that will miss up high for ball 1. Just getting started here, Round Rock in Albuquerque. Kingham will turn, and his 1-0. Swing and a miss. That's a great slider down and away, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. The rest of the defense behind Kingham, John Taylor playing first base tonight. As Kingham working quickly, his 1-1. That spins down and out, and it's 2 balls and a strike. In left field, it's Aaron Zavala. In center field, Jared Kelnick. He returns to this club today. Elected free agency after he was DFA'd and signed back with Texas to a minors deal. The 2-1 cut on and missed, and it's 2-2. In right field tonight, that's Trevor Hopper. The catcher this evening for the Express, it's Austin Wins. Kingham will kick his 2-2. A swing and a high fly to left. Zavala will twist and turn, moving back on it, looking up, and it's gone. Albuquerque continues to hit the baseball out of the park. It's Brenton Doyle here on a rehab assignment. First time we've seen him in this series. And he'll send one over that left field wall and onto the berm. Albuquerque with their 14th home run in the last 5 games. It's tied for the most in minor league baseball in that stretch. And it's Doyle adding his name to the list this week to have a home run in this ballpark. After the ground out, Doyle will give Albuquerque a 1-0 advantage in this top of the first. And the first pitch to Sterling Thompson is up and away for ball 1. Well, Round Rock has led in this series for just 5 outs, an inning and a third, is how long the Express have had a lead. Make it inning in 2/3, I should say, as this one drifts off the plate away, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. John Taylor hit a go-ahead grand slam in the bottom of the 8th inning on Tuesday. The Express hung on for a 1-run win, and so the E-Train led for an inning in 2/3 in that game, and then on Wednesday night, as the 2-0 to Thompson take a strike on the outer edge, and it's 2-1. It was Caber Rodriguez and the Express down to their last strike, and Rodriguez just able to sneak one over the left field wall. 2-1 to Thompson. Swing, and he tops it foul off the catcher. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Albuquerque 1, Round Rock nothing. Top of the first, 1 away. Sterling Thompson, the batter here, hitting .338 this year, playing in his 48th game of the season tonight. Kingham will wind and deliver. And this one just beneath the zone, close pitch. But it's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Wednesday night, the Express didn't lead until the ball game was officially over. Rodriguez again, a go-ahead walk-off home run, 3-2 was chopped foul first base side. It was 5-4. Rodriguez's homer made it 6-5, and the Express celebrated. And then last night, the Express did not lead at any point. The game was tied from the 4th inning through the top of the 9th until Albuquerque in that top of the 9th took the lead. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Thompson strikes out. Nolan Kingham gives up the homer, but comes right back and punches out Sterling Thompson. So 2 away in this top half of the 1st inning, and that will bring up the dangerous Charlie Condon. Nolan Kingham, last time on the mound, came in Tacoma. It was last Saturday against the Rainiers. First pitch to Condon. And Kingham finds the zone here with a fastball at 95 for strike 1. 4 innings, 7 hits. It was 4 runs, 3 earned. He gave up a pair of homers in that game to Patrick Wisdom as the 0-1. That spins in for a strike, and it's 0-2. And he has to be careful here with Condon. In his last 4 games, Charlie Condon is 11 for 17. It's been a ridiculous week in this ballpark for the 23-year-old out of the University of Georgia. One of the top prospects in the game. The 0-2. Swing and a liner foul down that right field side. And so the count remains 0-2. Back to that last start for Kingham, though. Again, it was on the heels of Friday night's brawl in Tacoma. And Patrick Wisdom, who was right in the middle of it, as the 0-2. And that's up top and gets to the backstop right by the catcher win. So a ball and 2 strikes. And Wisdom came back the next day and drilled 3 home runs in his first 3 at-bats. And all of them were no-doubters, including one that traveled 449 feet. The 1-2. Condon swings, a line shot out to right center on the move. Hover, and he won't get to it. Plays it on a bounce, quickly fires into second. A nice job by Trevor to hold Condon to a single. So with 2 outs, Albuquerque has a man on, already leading it 1-0 in this top of the first. Make it 12 for his last 18 at the dish. And it'll bring up Vimael Machine. Kingham, his start in Las Vegas, he made 2 of them, but the second one in that series finale on that Sunday at Las Vegas ballpark, his best of the year is the first pitch, just off the plate away for ball 1. He was lights out that day, and Round Rock really needed it, trying to leave town, salvaging that series. Kingham went 6 innings, 2 earned. He did not issue a walk. He struck out 6. 1-0. That Machine will take downstairs. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. I thought Austin Wynns tapped his helmet there to challenge, but apparently not. Casey James, the crew chief, did not acknowledge it. Wynns didn't turn around again to ask, so maybe just securing that helmet. Kingham stands tall from the stretch, the 2-0. Swing and a miss from Machine, and it's now 2-1. Casey James calling balls and strikes. Down at first base tonight, Caleb Martin. Josiah Shepard is at second. Jen Powell, is tonight's third base umpire. Powell was behind the plate last night. Here's the 2-1. Waved at right by him, and Kingham evens the count at 2-2. So Nolan with his 27th pitch of this first inning coming up. Nobody throwing in the Round Rock bullpen, but one man just got up from the bench and started to stretch. Here's the 2-2. It's line foul down the third base side and out of play. That wind is blowing from right to left, as it has been all week. Fly balls to left field are scary in this series because most of them have left the yard. There have not been many that have stayed in the ballpark. A few of them look like lazy fly balls, but somehow have gotten out of here. 2-2. Up and out, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Round Rock wearing the home whites tonight. It's white tops, white pants. Express inscribed on the front in navy blue with the red trim. Big block red numbers on the back of the jerseys with the nameplates on top arched around the numbers. As Kingham holds. Now throws over to first. Close play, but back to the bag goes Condon. It's the small red numbers underneath the word Express on the front of the jerseys, and then it's the Independence Day weekend caps here for the Express. The white top of the cap, the navy blue bill, that primary E-Train logo on the front. As the 3-2, Condon taking off, and that one will miss down. Ball 4, and so it'll be first and second here for Albuquerque with 2 away. They already have a 1-0 lead, and Dave Borkowski, Round Rock's pitching coach, will have to make an early mound visit here to chat with Nolan Kingham. But these caps for the Express, again, that E-Train logo on the front of the cap with a navy blue outline to it, and then the American flag is sprinkled throughout that E. And then on the side of the cap, and if you're watching on the Valley Sports Live app, you can see that USA 250 logo on the side in red, white, and blue. So Borkowski with a mound visit after the walk to V-Mile Machine. Albuquerque with 2 on and 2 out in this top of the first. And Jordan Beck will be the batter. Beck hitting only .207 through his first 8 games with the Isotopes, but 4 of his 6 hits have been for extra bases. And the first pitch from Kingham. Swing and a high pop-up on the infield. First baseman creeping up Taylor. He's calling for Kingham right next to him, but it's Taylor who will bring it down. Right next to the mound on that first base side. Kingham for a moment looked like curveball. The first of 2026 for the Express belongs to Jonah Bride.
And you're listening to Round Rock Express Baseball on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Round Rock and Albuquerque heading to this home half of the first. It is 1-0 Isotopes. Solo homer from Brenton Doyle in the top of the first inning. And so it'll be Keegan Thompson to make the start here for the Isotopes. He'll face the lefty Jared Kelnick in the first pitch. And Kelnick goes after it and fouls it away. It's 0-1. Isotopes scored 1 run on the Doyle homer, but then they had 2 men on with 2 outs in the top of the inning. And Nolan Kingham comes back and induces a soft pop-up on the infield to get through the frame. But it was a long inning for Kingham as he needed 30 pitches. The pitch to Kelnick, and he'll take down, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. For Jared Kelnick, first game back with Round Rock since June 18th. He was up in the big leagues with the Texas Rangers over the course of the last 2 weeks. The 1-1, swing and a miss. Thompson coming down and in with a cutter, and it's 1-2. And Kelnick only appeared in 7 games with the Rangers. Went 1 for 8 at the dish. Thompson, the high leg kick in the pitch. And that one fades off the plate away. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. He was designated for assignment, cleared, and decided to sign back with the Rangers on a minor league contract. 2-2 pitch. Outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Keegan Thompson gets the start, the 31-year-old former 3rd-round pick by the Chicago Cubs in 2017. Had some great years in Chicago. 3-2. And And it got him looking. Kelnick kind of leans back, thinking that one missed the zone. But it is strike 3 right at the bottom rail. Plenty of cutters tonight from Thompson. He uses one there to get Kelnick looking. And there's one down in this bottom of the first. It'll bring up John Taylor. Keegan Thompson, he's appeared in the big leagues over 5 different seasons. 4 of those 5 coming at Wrigley Field. As this first pitch to Taylor finds the zone for strike 1, a 4-seam fastball. Thompson back in 2022 with the Cubs, won 10 games as the 0-1. And this one runs inside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Albuquerque 1, Round Rock nothing. Home half of the first here from Dell Diamond. Big crowd on hand, and still filing in. Fireworks shows tonight and tomorrow as the 1-1. Taylor swings and skies this. Third base side, drifting towards foul territory. Shortstop racing over Stevens. Third baseman's there, reaching out his machine, and he makes the catch. Just swipes at it on its way down, caught it around hip level. An awkward play for Machine, about a step from that short sidewall behind the Round Rock dugout on that third base side. We could see the numbers on his back there as he reached down for it, turned away from the infield. So there's 2 down. Brings up Santiago Espinal at the first pitch, and Espinal takes down and out 4-1. So Thompson looking to cruise through this first inning. Here's his 1-0. Espinal swings and tops this foul. And it'll be 1 ball and 1 strike. So Espinal signing a minor league deal with the Rangers. First game with the Express tonight. Joined this club yesterday. 36 games this year with the Dodgers. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Waves over the top of a sweeper. And it's 1-2. He's hitting .268 for Los Angeles. 3 doubles, a homer. Drove in 7. Not getting an opportunity every day, though, as you'd expect with that loaded Dodgers roster. A 1-2. Fouled back. He was DFA'd on June 16th in elected free agency. And then a few weeks later, signs here to a minors deal with the Texas Rangers. So he'll provide some depth here to the infield for Round Rock right now. As the 1-2. And that one's in the dirt, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And right now for the Express, they do not have a position player on the 40-man roster. And the reason we bring that up is because if there is an injury in the big leagues to one of those position players, I mean, somebody will have to go on the 40 and go up and help out, as this 2-2 is down and away 3-2. So there is opportunities for some of these players to possibly go up and help the big club. So Espinal signs with the Rangers, and who knows, maybe he could be up in the big leagues this year again with Texas as he swings and lofts this into right center for a single. Espinal will take a turnaround first, and he'll jam on the brakes. Center fielder Avens gets over to it quickly. So a 2-out single for Santiago Espinal. And Round Rock has a man aboard. Well, he has hit when he's been in the big leagues. Has not spent much time in the minor leagues since 2019. This is only his 5th game in the minor leagues since 2020. So Thompson will face Aaron Zavala now in the first pitch, and Aaron will take a cutter for strike 1 right on the outer edge. For Keegan Thompson, 4-seam fastballs, cutters, sinkers, curveballs, sweepers, and changeups. But primarily 4-seamers, cutters, and sinkers tonight. Thompson is 0-1. That's up and out. Tried a changeup and it just slipped. And it's a ball and a strike. Throw that curveball more to left-handed hitters. The sweeper more to right-handed hitters. And then that changeup he'll save for lefties as well. Just tried one there, did not work out in the 1-1. A swing and a fly ball lazily hit out to left. Beck over a few steps underneath it, makes the catch with one hand overhead. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on for Round Rock in this bottom of the first. Albuquerque heading to this top half of the second. Isotopes with a 1-0 lead. So Nolan Kingham returns to the mound. 30 pitches in that first inning. Did give up a pair of hits and issued a walk. That limits the damage to just 1 run. So 7, 8, and 9 due up for these Isotopes, as Kingham will wind. And the first pitch to Chad Stevens. And he'll fire in a fastball for strike 1. Round Rock with a 2-out single from Santiago Espinal. He was left down first base, the 0-1, and it's down and out. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Express playing some great baseball in the second half. 6-3 to start half number 2 as the 1-1 is in the dirt, down and away, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Round Rock is a game back of first place. Las Vegas and Sugar Land surging to start half number 2, although Vegas has been that way all season long. The pitch, and it's chopped right down the third base line, but foul. And so it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. These Cowboys, who struggled in that first half, hot start in the second half, and maybe they will be a contender here to win the second half title and meet Las Vegas in the Pacific Coast League Championship Series. Round Rock, they'd love to win the second half, just like they did in 2023, the last time they were in the postseason, is the 2-2, and Wins thought it was strike 3. That one just misses outside, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Chad Stevens, a 60-game on-base streak going back to September of last year. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. A sinker running in, and Kingham with a punch out to begin this second. Stevens is retired, and it brings up Drew Avens. Avens getting the start tonight, only the second time we've seen him in this series. Started on Tuesday night, went 1 for 4 with a single. First pitch from Kingham. And Avens will take a called strike. It's 0-1. Albuquerque 1, Round Rock nothing. Top of the second inning. Kingham rocks in his 0-1 pitch. A breaking ball that'll miss down and away. And so it's a ball and a strike. For the Express, with a win tonight, they will guarantee a series split going into the final 2 games. There's the 1-1. Swing and a soft liner. Shortstop Rodriguez jumping up, but it's over his head and into center. Avens with a base knock. So a man aboard for Albuquerque. They'll bring up the 9-hitter Brian Betancourt. For Round Rock, trying to turn things around in this ballpark. They have struggled this year. The Express at home are just 14-25 compared to 23-22 on the road. Kingham pickoff move to first. The tag applied, but not in time. John Taylor swiped down on the back of Avens and then lifted that glove up in the air, trying to sell that call. What Caleb Morton down at first said he was back there safely. So now the first offering here to Betancourt. It's up and out for ball 1. The Express, who returned to this ballpark on Tuesday for the first time in 2 weeks. It was a 12-game road trip, 6 in Las Vegas, 6 in Tacoma. Round Rock went 6-6 on the trip. 1-0, and it's swung on and pulled. Second baseman to his left, Espinal. He'll spin and just fire on to first. There's out number 1, or check that number 2 of this second. Advancing to second is Avens, and that'll bring up the top of the order, Adael Amador. Espinal, the way he ranged over to that, made you feel like he was going to spin and then throw back to second, and he thought about it. Watching the replay here, as he turned, he looked to see where Avens was, but then fully completed that spin with a throw to first base. So a man in scoring position for Amador in the first offering. And that's off the plate away for ball 1. It was Amador in the 9th inning last night to give Albuquerque a 4-3 lead, which they hung on to take their first game in this series. Kingham looks at second, his 1-0 toss. Outside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Amador this year has been great with men in scoring position and 2 outs. And he's batting .324 in these situations. 23-year-old from the Dominican Republic. Kingham looks at second, and the 2-0. Waved at. A filthy changeup there to Amador, and it's 2-1. Albuquerque 1, Round Rock nothing. Top half of the second inning. Nolan Kingham will feature 4 pitches, 4-seam fastball, a slider, a sinker, and a changeup. He throws the 4-seamer and the slider about 66% of the time. 2-1. A swing, and this one lifted to left center. It's hanging up. Center fielder Kelnick on the move, and he can't get to it. It'll one-hop against the fence. Rounding third and scoring from second is Avens. It's Adael Amador striking again, and Albuquerque's lead is 2-0 in the second. Well, that ball hung up for a while. Thought maybe the left or center fielder could get over to it, but just out of the reach of Kelnick, it bounced right before the warning track on the edge of the grass and then skipped up against the fence. Well, Amador with his 41st RBI of the year, and the Topes have added on in this second frame, and now Brenton Doyle will bat. So Kingham stares over at second. Now another look over there. He's still staring that way, and he'll spin around and throw to second, and Espinal, the second baseman, dropped it, but it just trickles right behind him. It does not go into center field. It was Brenton Doyle with a solo homer in that first to get Albuquerque on the board. Kingham kicks and the pitch, and Doyle will take a sinker in near his hands for ball 1. Well, Brenton Doyle, who went on the injured list with a left oblique contusion on May 21st. Well, this is the first time we have seen him in this series as the 1-0, and it skipped right down the third base line, over the bag, of fair ball, and down into the left field corner. Amador will zoom around third and score. Doyle will trade places with him, and Albuquerque now has a 3-0 lead in this second frame. Right over the top of the bag, might have even skimmed it. So Brenton Doyle is 2 for 2 with a homer and a double in this game, and he's driven in 2 runs. Now Sterling Thompson bats. This Albuquerque lineup, so difficult to navigate. Doyle and Condon are both right-handed hitters, but doesn't really matter if it's a lefty or a righty on the mound. They both have mashed this year. Then you've got all these lefties in there as well, as the first pitch here to Thompson off the plate for ball 1. Thompson being one of them. Sterling Thompson is hitting .338 on the season. So 3-0 Isotopes as we're in the top of the second. Kingham kicks and fires. Thompson swings and loops this out down the right field side. It'll plop in for a hit. Speeding around third and scoring is Doyle. Trying to leg out a double is Thompson. Helmet flying off. He'll cling onto the bag as he slides in feet first past the base, but holds on. It's an RBI double for Thompson. It's now a 4-0 Albuquerque advantage. All 3 runs in this second inning have scored with 2 outs. Amador scoring 1 on a single, and now back-to-back doubles from Doyle and Thompson, and it doesn't get any easier with Charlie Condon stepping in. So Kingham from the stretch. He'll kick and fire. That one's down and away for ball 1. Charlie Condon singled his first time up. A run in the first, now 3 in this second for Albuquerque. Kingham the set, his 1-0. Condon swings a cue shot off the end of the bat. First base out on the grass. Taylor, the first baseman, picks it up and shovels it off to his pitcher covering for the final out of this second frame. But 3 runs will score. He gave up a 2-out single in the first, but came right back and got a fly out to left. These 4 batters needed 19 pitches, so faced Trevor Hopper, 5, 6, and 7 due up for the E-Train in the first offering. And Trevor takes downstairs for ball 1. It's 4 runs, 6 hits, and no errors for the Isotopes. No runs ahead and no errors for the Express as we open this home half of the second. Thompson's 1-0 toss, and it's bounced first base line, just foul. He got jammed there off the handle of the bat as it slowly rolled down that first base line. So Haver hitting .246. He's got 6 homers and 33 RBIs this year. It was a great month of June for Trevor, and as many extra base hits in June as he did the first 2 months of the year. 1-1. Take up top, and it's 2 balls and a strike. He's known for his patient approach. When he gets ahead in the count, he does damage, and he's ahead here. And now the 2-1. That's low, and it's 3 balls and a strike. See what Thompson goes to here. Tried that cutter down and in. Mentioned he'll go to the sinker and the changeup more to lefties. 3-1. And that's up and out ball 4. And so Haver works a leadoff walk in this bottom of the second, and Round Rock has a man aboard. So it'll bring up Diego Castillo. Castillo hitting .314 this year. He's got a homer and 30 RBIs. Diego just tremendous bat-to-ball skills. He hardly ever strikes out. He's got more walks than strikeouts this season. First pitch from Thompson. And it's a called strike as he goes to the outer half. First pitch cutter at 87. Thompson, who was up in the big leagues with the Rockies for 5 relief appearances, was there for about 3 weeks. Holds, and now his 0-1. That's down and out, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Held an 8.25 earned run average in his 12 innings of work. But he started the year with Albuquerque, and he was in a swingman role. It was 14 appearances, 8 of those were starts. There he is starting tonight for the Isotopes. The 1-1, and Castillo takes inside near his hands, and it's 2 balls and a strike. 4-0 Albuquerque right now. It's bottom of the second. Trevor Haver with a leadoff walk. He's aboard. Diego Castillo now the batter. Thompson kicks and delivers. And that one just misses down and in. It was close, but it's now 3-1. If it was challenged, it might have been overturned. No challenges from either side so far in this game. Yesterday, as Thompson ready with the 3-1, here it is. And that one just off the plate, and there you go. Here's our first challenge of this ball game. So Albuquerque thinks this one was a strike. If it's overturned, this plate appearance continues. We go to the board, and it was outside. So an unsuccessful challenge from the Isotopes. And so it will be a walk for Castillo. It's back-to-back walks here to start this bottom of the second for Round Rock. Well, yesterday, Albuquerque lost both their challenges in the first 3 frames. And late in the game yesterday, they were frustrated with some of the calls, but there was nothing they could do about it. So they'll lose one early tonight as Jonah Bride bats in the first pitch. And Bride will take the breaking ball. That's above the zone, and it's 1-0. Jonah Bride hitting .270. He's got 9 homers and 43 RBIs. Facing a right-hander tonight, but he's done damage against lefties. This 1-0 pitch, and that one spins in for a called strike, and it's 1-1. Jonah has hit 7 of his 9 homers against southpaws this year. Thompson will look back at second where Haver is, and the 1-1. Swing and a one-hopper to the third baseman. Machine on to second for 1. Around the horn to first, and it's a 5-4-3 double play. So advancing to third here is Haver, and with 2 outs, it'll be Austin wins the bat. Nice job by Machine to calmly gobble that up and start the double play ball. Austin wins. Step in from the right side. Albuquerque 4, Round Rock nothing. Bottom of the second. First pitch. And that one outside for ball 1. Well, the Express have been playing from behind almost this entire series. Again, they've only had a lead for 5 outs so far in this series. That's it. 1-0. Bottom of the zone for a strike, and it's 1-1. They led after John Taylor's grand slam in the bottom of the 8th on Tuesday, and then Keber Rodriguez with a walk-off homer as Round Rock was down to their last out, their last strike. They did not lead at any point in yesterday's game. There's the 1-1. This is outside, and it's 2 balls and a strike. So Thompson has thrown 16 pitches in this second. He's up to 35 for the game. And the 2-1. Waved at. Wins, fooled by that curveball. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Austin Wins, the veteran catcher, added to this roster last week when we were in Tacoma. He has 6 for his first 16. He homered in his Dell Diamond debut on Tuesday. And the 2-2. A swing and a soft liner out to right. Coming on is Thompson. He'll reach out and around his chest and make the catch. No runs, no hits, 1 left on. A couple of walks to start the inning, but Keegan Thompson works around them, and we're through 2 tonight. Bring the family, bring your friends, and rock them with Round Rock Express Baseball. Get tickets today at roundrockexpress.com. Albuquerque 4, Round Rock nothing as we start this top half of the third. Nolan Kingham will face the lefty here in Be My Own Machine, and he goes after the first pitch and pops it up third base side, but it'll sail up into the stands, and it's 0-1. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Topes. No runs, a hit, and no errors for the Express. Albuquerque AAA affiliate of the Colorado Rockies. Express AAA ball club of the Texas Rangers. The pitch to Machine, a fly ball third base side. Same flight path, and it gets out of play. It's quickly 0-2. So Nolan Kingham, 51 pitches through the first 2 frames. It was 2 out hitting for Albuquerque. Was the name of the game as this one pounded on the ground. Espinal reaching over to his left, the second baseman. Glove straightens and tosses the first. Machine is retired, and there's 1 away in this top of the third, and that will bring up Jordan Beck. Nolan Kingham played his collegiate baseball at the University of Texas. Knew he always wanted to be a Longhorn. And his family is from the state of Texas, although he grew up in Las Vegas. This is his first pitch, and Beck swings a bouncing ball to the shortstop. Rodriguez will haul it in and heave on the first. 2 ground ball outs to open up this top of the third. It was an honor for Kingham to be a Longhorn. He said growing up, they had Texas football, basketball, whatever it is, on the TV back at home. And when we were in Las Vegas a couple of weeks ago, and he was tabbed for 2 starts in that series. In the Tuesday series opener, as he'll kick in the first pitch to Chad Stevens is off the plate away for ball 1. Nolan had about 50 tickets out. He said there was about another 30 tickets that friends and family ended up having to buy. It's now the 1-0. Stevens swings and cracks it foul third base line, and it's a ball and a strike. It was a big crowd on hand to watch him. And after that first start against Vegas, where he went 3 2/3, it was 5 earned, he came back and posted a quality start in that Sunday series finale. There's 1-1 to Stevens. Foul back to the screen, and it's 1-2. Chad Stevens, a .348 average in 51 games this year. We mentioned his on-base streak, which is up to 60 games. It's the 3rd longest on-base streak in AAA since 2005. It's the 1-2. Swing and a high fly down the right field side. Sprinting over is Hover. This one twisting up into the stands and out of play. And It's not as if he's going through stretches where he's reaching base once because of a walk and then he'll go 0 for 10, but he just keeps finding ways to get on. No. He's been pounding the baseball during this on-base streak. 1-2. Down and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's hitting .342 during this stretch. Again, dating back to September 11th of 2025, the end of last season. 2-2. It's low. And it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Stevens, who made his major league debut last year with the Angels, only 5 games, went 2 for 13. We saw him with the Salt Lake Bees last year. It's the 3-2. And he'll scorch this foul and out of play above the first base dugout. So the count remains 3-2. He was terrific last year for Salt Lake. Hit 18 homers, 78 RBIs in his 126 games. Kingham's payoff pitch. Another foul ball. Stevens battling here against Kingham. Albuquerque 4, Round Rock nothing. We're in the top of the 3rd. And Kingham will toss in a 9th pitch to Chad Stevens. Here it comes. And that's low ball 4, and the on-base streak continues. He'll draw a walk, and that'll bring up Drew Avens. Avens, the left-handed bat, against the righty in Kingham. Second walk that Kingham has issued in this ballgame. Third baseman Castillo up on the grass right now. First pitch. And he'll spin in a slider for strike 1. Now Nolan, who signed a minor league deal with the Rangers at the end of May. His first start came in this ballpark in front of one of the biggest crowds this season as Avens swings and loops this out to center. Well struck out towards medium deep center. Kelnick getting back on it. He'll make the catch on the move for the final out of this top of the 3rd. No runs, no hits, 1 left on for Albuquerque. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's the Isotopes 4. Round Rock trailing Albuquerque 4-0. Caber Rodriguez to start things off. 9-1 and 2 due up for the Express. Keegan Thompson returns to the mound. 37 pitches through his first 2 frames tonight. Issued a pair of walks to start that 2nd inning, but came right back and got a double play ball. So here's Rodriguez. Averages at 182, but he's been better than that as of late as his first pitch is outside for ball 1. Well, since June 9th, Rodriguez has reached base in 12 of 13 games. He's got a hit in 11 of those 13 games. As this 1-0 break in a edge for a called strike, 1-1. Got off to a slow start after joining this club from Double-A Frisco. 1-1. He swings and rocks this over the 3rd baseman and down the left field side. A base hit for Caber. He'll take a big turn around the bag at first. But stop there with a single. Round Rock has a man aboard to open up this bottom of the 3rd. Top of the order coming up, Jared Kelnick to bat. Rodriguez, who owns a .797 OPS between Double-A and Triple-A this year, which if the season ended today would both be career highs, both his slugging and OPS to open the season. First pitch, curveball for strike 1 to Kelnick. 4 runs, 6 hits, and no errors for Albuquerque. It's no runs, 2 hits, and no errors for Round Rock. Thompson holds, no kick and fire. Kelnick gets jammed and loops this high into the air, 3rd base line and into the seats. It's 0-2. That sun setting behind us. Just the right fielder, Sterling Thompson, catching some sunshine right now. Got a slice of it at the moment. Looks like he's got the glasses on out there. And the 0-2. Did he go around? He walks back to the dugout as if he did. Behind the plate, Casey James also says Kelnick went around, so it's a strikeout. Makes it easy on James when the batter starts walking to the dugout before you even decide if there was a check swing. Kelnick punches out. He knew it. I almost appreciate that. Instead of having a guy stay up there and us having to wait around when we all know the call. First pitch to John Taylor. And it's a changeup that fades back over the inner edge. Strike one. Both strikeouts tonight for Thompson have come against Round Rock's leadoff man in Kelnick. And the 0-1. That's above the zone, and it's 1-1 strike. So Taylor, who homered in last night's game, he's up to 10 on the season between AA and AAA this year. 4 of those 10 have come as a member of the Round Rock Express. And the 1-1. Breaking ball down and away, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Rodriguez short lead off the bag at first, still searching for his first stolen base with the Express. 2-1. That's down and out. Did he go around? They checked down at third with Jen Powell. He did not. It's 3 balls and a strike. Well, it was Rodriguez and Taylor who were doing plenty of the damage for AA Frisco to start the year. 3-1. A swing and a pop-up. Shallow right field. Second baseman going out Amador. He's calling for a step in, now a step back, and makes the catch. There's the second out. This bottom of the third. So Santiago Espinal coming up. Albuquerque with a 4-0 lead. Rodriguez with a leadoff single in this third frame. Thompson working through this Round Rock lineup for a second time right now. Thompson will stretch, and the first pitch. Espinal will take at the top of the zone for strike one. Much different looking lineup for Round Rock tonight than a little over 2 weeks ago when we were in Las Vegas. It's the 0-1, and it's fouled back, and it's 0-2. Just amazing how much a roster can change in 2 weeks here at the AAA level. And the Rangers are probably saying that about their roster right now as well, with all the injuries they've endured. You think about that series in Vegas, you saw 5 players make their AAA debut up from the high A level. 0-2. That's low, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. That was the final week of the first half of the season. And the Express, who were out of contention, Las Vegas would end up clinching a first half title against Round Rock. The Express were very thin on pitching in that series as well. As the 1-2. It's down and out, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And we have seen this happen the last 3 seasons, and it tends to happen for most teams, especially now without the short season level existing. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The kick and the pitch. Goes Rodriguez, swing and a miss. Espinal strikes out. And so Keegan Thompson has worked 3 scoreless tonight. And we'll go to the top of the 4th inning. Albuquerque on top of Round Rock. This big crowd on hand. Got post-game Friday fireworks presented by Budweiser. Isotopes, 4 runs, 6 hits, and no errors tonight. For Round Rock, no runs, 2 hits, and no errors. Nolan Kingham back out to the mound for the Express. Right-hander will face 9-1-2 for Albuquerque. The first pitch to Brian Betancourt is in for strike one. So Kingham, who's thrown 66 pitches through the first 3 frames, is 0-1. And Betancourt swings and fouls it back, and it's 0-2. And Nolan, who tossed a scoreless third, gave up a run in the first, gave up 3 in the second. All 3 runs in that second inning, scoring with 2 outs. So Kingham will wait for Betancourt here, who asks for time. And now Betancourt back in the box. Here's the wind and the 0-2. And this one is downstairs, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Albuquerque getting contributions mainly from the top of their lineup, especially Brenton Doyle. He's got a homer and a double and 2 RBIs. The 1-2. And that one just fades off the plate away. A fastball at 93, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Got some special guests in the booth with me right now. We're going to take off, though. You guys don't want to do play-by-play? No? This one's fouled out of play. Getting a tour of the ballpark right now. Some little leaguers here with us this evening. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch, and Betancourt swats at it. It's a pop-up. Shortstop drifting out Rodriguez. He's going to go well out into left. He's calling for it, makes the catch. So Betancourt retired here to start this top of the 4th, and Adael Amador is coming up. So Amador was 1 for 2. He singled and drove in a run in the 2nd inning. I don't think there's ever been more pressure as a broadcaster than what has happened here to start this inning for me personally. This is now an 0-1 pitch coming up from Kingham as Amador fouls it back. We had this room jam-packed with about 30 little leaguers standing right behind me as this pitch is down, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. That had to be perfect. Kingham is 1-1. Amador puts it on the ground. 2-hopper to the first baseman, Taylor. Takes it on the backhand and flips over to Kingham covering. And there's 2 away. So that will bring up Brenton Doyle. Doyle 2 for 2. He's got a homer and a double in this game. As we mentioned, that first inning homer to get Albuquerque started, a solo shot. And the first pitch, and Doyle goes after and pops it up behind the plate. This one will get up towards the suites here next to us in the press box. Albuquerque with a 4-0 lead. Kingham trying to work through 4 frames as his 0-1. Doyle fouls another one back. This one right next to us again. It's 0-2. Plenty of fans hanging out on the berm tonight, looking at the blankets, sprawled out, relaxing, and watching some E-Train baseball here as we go into this Independence Day weekend, as this is down and out, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Kingham kicks and fires. Waved at. He gets Doyle to finish off his top of the 4th. So Kingham, after allowing 4 runs for the first 2 innings, is settled in. 0s in the 3rd, and Aaron Zavala to lead things off for Round Rock as we go to this bottom of the 4th. Albuquerque has a 4-0 advantage. And so it'll be Zavala, Trevor Hopper, Diego Castillo to bat, as Keegan Thompson, 3 scoreless frames, 2 hits so far. And Zavala, first pitch swinging, pops it up to left. This one will carry a bit out to medium deep left field as Jordan Beck waits for it and makes the catch. And Zavala is retired. 1 away. Brings up Trevor Hopper. Hopper walked back in the 2nd inning. Thompson on that 3rd base side of the rubber. And his first pitch. Trevor will take downstairs for ball 1. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Albuquerque tonight. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors for Round Rock in this game. Thompson's 1-0. That's low. 2 balls and no strikes. They checked down at 3rd with Jen Powell, but Trevor barely moved his hands forward, so he gets ahead again. Ahead in that last plate appearance before walking. And Thompson's 2-0 toss. Haver swings and loops this down the left field line. It's twisting, but will stay fair and will slice into the corner. Haver will stroll into second, and he's got a one-out double. So there you go again. Trevor Haver gets ahead. He picks up his first hit of the night, but has reached base twice in this game now. And that will bring up Diego Castillo. See if Round Rock can get on the board here in this bottom half of the fourth inning. Again, when Trevor Haver gets ahead in the count this year, he's batting .358. So it'll be right on right here. We'll look back at second and the first pitch. Castillo takes a cutter for strike one. Well, Keegan Thompson has done a great job in this game so far. This is his 9th start with Albuquerque, his 15th appearance. And the 0-1. That's a cold strike. Sweeper there, and it's 0-2. And Thompson, who's in his 9th professional season, and the majority of his career coming in the Cubs organization. And the 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. A rare strikeout for Castillo, especially on 3 pitches. It's the 4th strikeout of the night for Thompson. There's 2 down in this bottom of the 4th, and it brings up Jonah Bride. Well, Thompson last year was designated for assignment by the Cubs on March 17th, and he accepted his outright assignment and joined AAA Iowa. He spent the season there with the I-Cubs as this first pitch is up and out for ball 1 to Jonah Bride. AAA last year had a .450 earned run average. Did not pitch in the big leagues last year, but got back to the major leagues this year with Colorado. And the 1-0, and that's in the dirt. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. Originally drafted by the Cubs. Take a look at second base, and it's 2-0. Bride takes the breaking ball for a strike, and it's 2-1. Thompson was selected out of Auburn. A terrific high school player. Top players in the country before attending Auburn. Look at second and the 2-1. It's a called strike, and it's 2-2. Nothing Albuquerque, home half of the 4th. Round Rock with a man on second and 2 outs. Jonah Bride, the batter. A kick in the pitch. Comes inside, jams him, and he fouls it off to stay alive. Building that lead off second base. The 2-2. That's down and out. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bride getting on base at a .392 clip this year. And one of the best on this Round Rock team at getting aboard alongside Trevor Haver. Those 2 guys hit on plenty is the 3-2, and it got him looking. So Bride strikes out, and Keegan Thompson has tossed 4 scoreless tonight. He has struck out 5. Thompson to begin this 5th. 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Isotopes is Kingham's first pitch. And that's off the plate away for ball 1. 3rd time through the lineup now for Kingham. Up to 1, 2, 3, 4th inning is 1-0. That swung on and lifted in the air to left. Middle of left field. Zavala will trickle up a few steps and bring it down over the top of his white cap. 1 away. Sounded like it might have been a broken bat there. A changeup fading down and away. So that'll bring up Charlie Condon. Trying to find a way to stop this man. Singled in the 1st inning. Little cue shot down the first base side. Retired him in the 2nd as the first pitch, and he's way out in front here. A slider at 81. And it's 0-1. Kingham will wind, and it is 0-1. It's a called strike, and it's 0-2. This season, righties are actually hitting better against Kingham than lefties. Righties this year hitting .369 against him. It's the 0-2 pitch, down and out. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Compared to left-handed hitters who own a .238 average against Nolan Kingham. 1-2. And it's yanked foul, third base side. Kingham back in affiliated baseball. He was pitching to start this season out in the Mexican League with Monterrey. Spent 3 seasons there, parts of 3 seasons. It's the 1-2. And it jams Condon, and he fouls it first base side into the netting. He had great numbers this year. Was 3-0 with a 1.82 ERA. Had walked only 6 and struck out 29 in his first 6 starts. And the Rangers liked what they saw. They ended up signing him. It was a no-brainer for him as the 1-2 is high, 2-2. He lives in Georgetown, just about 15 minutes from this ballpark. Talked it over with his wife, signed the deal, and joined this club at the end of May. 2-2. A swing and a high fly down the left field line, but it will sail foul. Condon is up to 20 homers this year. It's only July 3rd. You wonder how long he'll be around in Isotopes uniform. You wonder if he'll even be with this club when the Express see Albuquerque again after the All-Star break. Round Rock goes there to Isotopes Park after a short 3-game series following the break. As Condon cuts and misses, Kingham goes after him with a sinker there. And so it's the 4th strikeout for Nolan Kingham. And he's now retired in the last 6 that he's faced, going back to the end of the 3rd inning. Since the start of the 3rd, one base runner, just a walk issued to Chad Stevens. So he'll turn and fire this first pitch to V-Mile Machine. That's low for ball 1. Albuquerque in front of Round Rock. It's 4-0 as we're in this top of the 5th. Big crowd tonight for the 3rd of July. We expect another large crowd tomorrow for Independence Day. The 1-0. That spins in for a strike, and it's 1-1. We'll have Jay Favors join us for some scoreboard updates in the 6th inning as Machine tops this foul. And it's 1-2. And in the 7th, we'll have this date in Nolan Ryan history. We had a great one last night, but we just could never get to it. Tonight we take a look back at a 1973 outing from Nolan Ryan. As the 1-2. That's above the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Angels and A's at the Oakland Coliseum. Nolan Ryan against Ken Holtzman. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kingham fires. Machine swings away. A fly ball down the left field line going over Zavala, and this ball is foul. Lost sight of Aaron down near that sidewall, so couldn't tell how that ended up. He even had a chance to make a play there. Looked like it was going to end up in the seats, but it ended up coming down onto the field in foul territory down the left field line. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Another pitch coming up from Kingham. It's his 95th of the night. And he'll fire. Another foul ball. This one sprayed down the left field line again. There is action in the Round Rock bullpen. They've got a right-hander warming. Nobody on, 2 outs on this warm Central Texas night as we stay in this 5th. The pitch and Machine. Another foul ball, 94 that time from Kingham. Right now, 87 degrees. A nice breeze blowing out to left. Comfortable night to watch some Express baseball. They have red, white, and blue in the stands. The 2-2. That's low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. You just love the way this Albuquerque lineup is constructed this season. A veteran-like machine in there. Payoff pitch, and he swings and hooks this through the right side for a single. So Vimael Machine just continued to battle, and he wins the war after 9 pitches, a single to keep his top of the 5th alive. And now decision time for Express skipper Kyle Moore. Does he go to his bullpen here, or does he leave Kingham out there? 4-0 Albuquerque in the top of the 5th. Now we saw Kyle Moore go out last night and leave Jordan Montgomery in the game. A little bit different. He was on a rehab assignment. You wonder if this will be much of a conversation. Moore will go out, and he's going to ask for the baseball from Kingham, and that will be all for Nolan tonight. So he battled through the first 2 innings. Albuquerque scratched 4 runs across, but then in the 3rd and 4th, he was magnificent. And in this 5th, with 2 outs, gives up a single, and he will exit. So we'll take a break for the pitching change. Isotopes 4, Express nothing, as we're at the top of the 5th here on this Friday night from Del Diamond. Glad you're with us on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone and the free iHeartRadio app.
Kyle Maxwell Jeep Ram, we're always working to serve you better.
Michelle Otanez to take over for Round Rock as we stay in this top half of the 5th. Albuquerque 4, Round Rock nothing. So Otanez will face Jordan Beck here. Email Machine off the first base bag, and the first pitch. And Beck will take a strike at the top of the zone, and it's 0-1. Otanez enters for the starter, Nolan Kingham. And it's the first time we've heard Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus this weekend. Sure, we'll hear it a few more times. They were trying to get the crowd involved there the break as the 0-1 is fouled back and it's 0-2. They were fading out the music for some of the words to get the crowd to sing it themselves, but maybe this crowd just doesn't know Party in the USA, which is hard to believe. I mean, it's going to be one of the anthems of the 4th of July, at least in my book. 0-2. Back chops it foul, third base side. So Albuquerque, 4 runs on 7 hits, no errors. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for Ron. And it was a 2-out single for Vimael Machine to end the night for Nolan Kingham. Kingham did a nice job here battling through 4 2/3. He wanted to stay out there to go 5, but Kyle Moore goes to his bullpen here. So Ohtani is making his 29th appearance. It's a 6.90 ERA for him. And the 0-2 waved at. Powers 100.1 right by Jordan Beck. So that will end this top of the 5th. Otanez enters, picks up a punch out, and we'll head to the home half. Back at Del Diamond, Round Rock right now trailing Albuquerque is 4-0. Home half of the 5th. And we've got a special guest with us, Jay Favors, here to provide some scoreboard updates. Jay, how's your night going?
My night is good. Thanks for having me on.
It's great to have you here. First pitch to Austin Wins from Keegan Thompson is down and out for ball 1. So it's busy down there.
Oh, man, busy isn't the word. It's hectic.
As the 1-0, and Wins chops this right down the third base side. On the dive machine, gets to his feet. One hops it across in time. A spectacular play from Vimael Machine down at third, and there's one away to start this bottom of the 5th. Not what we're looking for here, Jay, but it's all right. Got to respect a great play when you see one.
Right.
All right, let's get the first scoreboard update of the night.
All right. The Washington Nationals are leading the Pittsburgh Pirates in our nation's capital by a score of 9-1. That's brutal, 9-1.
That's tough. Well, I know there's some other scores in there that might be even worse than that, as this first pitch to Caber Rodriguez is up and out for ball 1. What else is going on throughout Major League Baseball?
The Atlanta Braves are beating their division rival, the New York Mets, 4-2 in the bottom of the 7th in Atlanta.
As this 1-0 pitch is beneath the zone. 2 balls and no strikes. right, so the Braves over the Mets right now. Any other scores that you've got for us?
Yes. The Colorado Rockies have jumped out to an early lead against the San Francisco Giants as they lead 7-1 in the fourth.
Rodriguez will pop this up to the middle of right. Easy play for Thompson, and there's 2 down. All right, what else is going on?
And lastly, the Minnesota Twins trail to the New York Yankees in New York by a score of 3-2. A close one here in New York.
Okay. Well, there was one other score. You didn't go to Cardinals-Cubs at all, did you? You don't have that on the sheet?
No, I don't.
Oh, man, it's not a football score.
Hey, who made this?
This first pitch here to Jared Kelenic is low for ball 1, but 17-1 today. The Cardinals beat up on the Cubs at Wrigley Field.
Oh, man, someone's getting fired.
Well, the Cubs having a good year as this 1-0 is down 2-0. A little bit of a roller coaster season for the Cubs, but a tough day there at Wrigley. I know you're an NBA guy. Do you have any thoughts on the Jaylen Brown to the Sixers trade?
Man.
Am I breaking it to you right now, or did you
Well,
heard about
actually,
it?
I saw it earlier, and I was shocked.
Swinging
What's
a
going
miss
on
here
in
for
Boston?
Kelenic. It's 2-1. Yeah, well, Jaylen Brown to the Sixers. Paul George going back to the Celtics. The Celtics get some picks as well, but a little bit surprising.
Wait, you said Paul George to the Celtics?
That's right. 36-year-old Paul George, 29-year-old Jaylen Brown.
I want the younger guy.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown, the Finals MVP not long ago, as Kelenic swings and misses, and it's 2-2.
Well, congratulations to the Sixers. You know, now,
Some happy fans in Philadelphia.
right? Maybe Philly and New York.
Be a fun Eastern Conference Finals. 2-2, up and away, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. All right, Jay, we'll see you back here tomorrow.
I will be at a friend, my friend Tam, my childhood friend. His son's birthday tomorrow.
Oh, enjoy. All right, maybe Sunday?
Sunday.
All right, we'll see Jay on Sunday as this 3-2 is down and in ball 4. Kelenic draws a walk, and with 2 outs,
Round Rock.
Round Rock has a man aboard. Thanks, Jay.
For sure.
That's Jay Favors providing scoreboard updates tonight. Ginger with the assist. So Round Rock will extend this 5th inning. Brings up John Taylor. Taylor is 0 for 2. And the first pitch. And that's time for ball 1. Albuquerque 4, Round Rock nothing. Maybe Taylor can put a charge into one here. Thompson ready. Is 1-0. Swinging a bouncer. First baseman up on the grass, Condon. He'll field to kind of bobble it, but then regather and take it to the bag at first for the final out of this 5th. So Tanya is from the first base side of the rubber. Now comes set, and the first pitch to Stevens. And he'll take a strike. It's a heater at 98, and it's 0-1. Defense playing for the right-hander to pull. Second baseman up the middle right now, Espinal. 0-1. That's waved at. That was a slider that was in the dirt. It's not close. And it's by Stevens, 0-2. So if that's all for Keegan Thompson tonight, he's in line for a victory. 5 scoreless innings. Albuquerque starter terrific in this game. And the 0-2 pitch. Waved at. Stevens strikes out. Otanez has punched out both batters he's faced. Well, this is the Michel Otanez that the Rangers picked up this offseason, and we're hoping they could plug into their bullpen at some point. Otanez had an up-and-down season. We've seen flashes of greatness from him, but was designated for assignment a little over 3 weeks ago. Cleared and returned to the Rangers organization as it swung on in a broken bat looper to the second baseman. Espinal jumps up, reaches across his body, and makes the catch. Nice job by Espinal on a fastball that split the bat of Drew Avens. So 2 quick outs here in this 6th, and that'll bring up the catcher Bryant Betancourt. So Betancourt won for his first 16 to begin his AAA career, but that one was a homer And it came on Wednesday night as he swings away and rips it into right over the second baseman. So Betancourt doesn't waste any time. First pitch swinging. And so with 2 down, a man aboard for Albuquerque in this top of the 6th. And now the lineup will flip over and Adael Amador will bat. Tanez, who can rev it up to 100. We saw 100.1 to strike out Jordan Beck in that 5th inning. Got a great slider to go along with it. Deep breath and his first pitch to Amador. Swing and a miss. There's the fastball at 99.6. And it's 0-1. Amador tonight is 1 for 3. RBI single back in the 2nd inning. Now time is called here before this 0-1 pitch comes in. Tanya's tan-colored glove, baseball's in it. No fire. Called strike, back to the heater, and it's 0-2. Well, Tanya's this year, that earned run average at .690. Goes the fastball about 60% of the time, slider 30% of the time is the 0-2, and this one is down. He's got a sinker as well, but it's mainly the 4-seamer and the slider. Rock has a few arms out of their bullpen that can get it up to 100 miles an hour right now. With Tanez and Teodo along with William Bormy, who was lights out on Tuesday in this series. A 1-2, there goes the runner. This pitch in the dirt and gets away from Wins. Betancourt doesn't realize it. He'll get up from second, but he will not try and advance to third. Wins got to the ball. Betancourt realized it too late. Will be a stolen bag. Betancourt was running on that pitch even though it was in the dirt. And so it's a man in scoring position with 2 outs, and Albuquerque came up with 3 runs in the 2nd with 2 outs. And they strike again in this 6th as they have a 4-0 lead right now. Tanez will kick in the 2-2. And it's inside and gets to the backstop past Wins. And it's now 3-2 as scooting up to third here is Betancourt. Just pulled that fastball that almost hit Amador. And so now it'll be a 3-2 count here with 2 outs. Amador has been great with 2 outs and men in scoring position, especially in this series. Payoff pitch. He'll swing and fist this foul, third base side. And so the count stays at 3-2. Amador this year with men in scoring position and 2 outs, hitting .324, but it's slightly higher than that because he had a 2-out RBI single in the 2nd inning tonight. 3-2 again. And that's up and in for ball 4. So Tanez issues a walk. And now it's men on the corners for Albuquerque, and Brenton Doyle will bat. Well, for Otanez, the walks this year have been problematic at times. He has issued 30 walks, 42 strikeouts. 42 strikeouts in 30 innings. Michel, who made his major league debut in 2024 with the A's, came back in 2025, pitched in 6 games with the Athletics. In 24, he had a 3.44 ERA in 36 outings. Struck out 55 in 34 innings. 28-year-old who will turn 29 tomorrow. Quick look over at first. Otanez will hold a deep breath. And the first pitch to the right-hander in Doyle. It's in for strike 1. That first pitch at 100.5 to Doyle is 0-1. Strike 2. 99.7. Well, he's got electric stuff. Again, when he's throwing strikes, he's so difficult to deal with. I'd like to think he's going to figure out and join that Rangers bullpen at some point this year. As the 0-2 pitch, it's waved at. Doyle strikes out on 100.5. Otañez, it's an inning and a third tonight. He's got 3. Round Rock and Albuquerque heading to this home half of the 6th. E-Train trying to get their bats going. We got a pitching change here. Domingo Acevedo will take over. Acevedo enters for Keegan Thompson, who's in line for a win tonight. Thompson's final line, it was 5 innings, 3 hits, did not allow a run. He did issue 3 walks, but he struck out 5. And so Thompson trying to pick up what will be win number 2 of his season. So Acevedo, first pitch here to the right-hander in Santiago Espinal, and it's in for strike 1. Thompson, who has 80 pitches tonight, as this one swung on and missed. It's 0-2. 4-0 Albuquerque in front of Round Rock as we open up this bottom of the 6th frame. Espinal, the 31-year-old, waits for the 0-2, and that's right by him. He was fooled by that pitch. Acevedo slowed it down, went in on his hands with a cutter, and so Espinal is retired. So that'll bring up Aaron Zavala. Domingo Acevedo, another former A's hurler. He'll kick and fire. And Zavala out in front. They check to see if he went around. They say he did not. And no check swing challenge here. Thought maybe Betancourt would ask for one. It was close. The count is 1-0 right now. Acevedo winds his pitch. That's on the edge for a strike. And it's 1-1. No challenge here from Zavala. That one looked like maybe it missed outside, and according to the strike zone that we're looking at, it did. 1-1. Outside. 2 balls and a strike. Acevedo in 6 appearances this year for Albuquerque owns a 6.29 earned run average. Is 2-1. And that's a strike. Fastball at 92. Acevedo, who made his major league debut back in 2021 with the A's. Zavala will ask for time before hitting this 2-2 pitch. And here it comes. Waved at. Zavala strikes out. And so there's 2 outs quickly. A pair of strikeouts here for Acevedo. And that will bring up Trevor Hauver. So Hauver has reached base twice. He walked in the 2nd, doubled in the 4th. Albuquerque 4, Round Rock nothing. So Acevedo winds up and fires. And he'll try a breaking ball that misses off the plate away. It's 1-0. These 2 teams return here tomorrow for Game 5 of the set. Another 7:05 start. 1-0. That's down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. We've got post-game fireworks presented by United Heritage Credit Union as we celebrate the 4th of July tomorrow. Should be another packed house here as the 2-0. And Hauver swings a fly ball down the left field side, and this one will twist out of play. And so it's 2-1. And then this series wraps up on Sunday. It will be a night game Sunday, so 6:05 first pitch for the series finale. Hauver asked for time before Acevedo started winding up. Take a deep breath. And now his pitch. And that's inside, and it's 3-1. 32-year-old who stands at 6'7", 240 pounds. Made 70 appearances for the A's in 2022. Had a 3.33 ERA that year as the 3-1. Swing and a miss. That one disappears on Hover, and it's 3-2. He had a .99 whip. That is a lead. Walked only 17 and struck out 58. Payoff pitch. And it's tagged foul towards the Sweets' third base side. Nobody on, 2 outs, bottom of this 6th. Albuquerque 4, Round Rock nothing. Acevedo. He'll wind up and deliver. A swing and a fly ball to straightaway center. Avens with his hands out, doesn't know where it is. Now he finds it in the sky, goes back on it, and makes the catch. Drew Avens lost it. It is dusk here at Dell Diamond. It can be tough to spot the baseball, but top of the 7th inning here from Dell Diamond, Round Rock, and Albuquerque. It is a 4-0 lead for the Isotopes. We'll get a pitching change for the Express. Thomas Ireland will take over. So be left on left here with Sterling Thompson as Ireland kicks and delivers. And the first pitch zips right by him, a sinker, and it's 0-1. And a nice season for Ireland, who opened the year with High A Hub City. Came up to Round Rock about the 2nd week of the year, and he has not left since then. 0-1. And that comes inside, almost hits him. A slider that just did not break. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. This is the 18th appearance of the year for Ireland. A wind and the 1-1. That's down and out, and it's 2 balls and a strike. It's a 4.59 ERA and 33 1/3 of work. 15 walks to 33 strikeouts. Is 2-1. And that misses off the plate away, and it's 3 balls and a strike. Ireland has gotten the bulk of the work since Robbie Ahlstrom left. Those two were the 2 left-handers coming out of the bullpen, but now it's only Ireland out there as this pitch is lifted to left. Looper out to deep left field. They're waiting for Zavala. He'll squeeze the glove with 2 hands, and there's 1 away. All right, let's go to this date in Nolan Ryan history as we take a look back at July 3rd, 1973. We do this every night on the broadcast. The Express named after Nolan Ryan, of course. And so a wind up in Ireland's first pitch here to Thompson, or Condon that is, and he'll foul it back. It's 0-1. It was 26-year-old Nolan Ryan taking on 27-year-old Ken Holtzman. It was at the Oakland Coliseum, a ballpark that Nolan Ryan would go on to have plenty of success in. Again, this was one of his earlier starts there in Oakland. Of course, he would have his no-hitter in 1990, the 6th of his career, as Condon swings. It's a bounding ball to the shortstop. Rodriguez stays behind it, tosses across, 2 away. So Condon kept quiet tonight, only 1 for 4 in this game. Came into tonight's ball game 11 for his last 17, and now Vimael Machine will bat. So it was Ryan against Holtzman, and Ken Holtzman tossed a complete game shutout. 5 hits, a walk. He struck out 12. Ryan went 8 innings and allowed 3 runs on 6 hits, 2 walks, and 10 Ks. But he was thrilled with his outing after the game. His first pitch into the lefty Machine, and that's in for strike 1. Ryan told reporters after the game, that's one of the best games I've pitched this year. I was throwing easy, and my control was the best it's been this year. 0-1. And that one is a called strike. Clanks off the glove of Wins, but it was right over the plate there. And so it's 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch coming up. Ireland kicks and fires. A swing and a fly ball to left. Moving back on it a few steps, Zavala, and over to his right. And again, a 2-handed catch, and he'll haul in. So Thomas Ireland. And so Diego Castillo will start things off against Domingo Acevedo. So they right on right here. That's the first pitch, and Castillo takes low for ball 1. This crowd on their feet for the 7th inning stretch, and then deep in the heart of Texas. And then there was some soft, plushy balls being tossed out to the fans, and so they were in a frenzy trying to get a free souvenir. Castillo fouls one back. It's a ball and a strike. Acevedo made quick work of the Round Rock lineup in the 6th inning as his pitch, and Castillo chops this right down the third base side. That's a foul ball. And it's 1-2. Express tonight just 3 hits in this game. A 2-out single from Santiago Espinal in the first. Then it was Keber Rodriguez, a leadoff single in the 3rd, and a Trevor Hopper double in the 4th. Acevedo holds. Now he winds and fires. It's in the dirt. And now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now the Express have 7 comeback wins this year, 5 of them in the last month and about a week. 2-2. Low and outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. The largest deficit they have come back from this year, that would be 5 runs. Now 4-0 here as we open up this bottom of the 7th. We'll wrap up this Dayton Nolan Ryan history in a moment. 3-2. It's fouled out of play. We were talking about Nolan Ryan against Ken Holtzman in 1973. Joe Rudy, who went on to become teammates with Ryan, he had a 2-run homer off of him in the 5th, and then Dick Green with a single in the 7th. That was plenty of offense for the A's as Castillo swings inside out cut. This one parachuting down the first base side and reaching out is Condon and makes the catch right near the sidewall behind the tarp. Tough play for Condon. Would have been a foul ball, but he reels it in. His back turned to the infield there. I didn't think he was going to get to that. That ball kept twisting foul. So 1 down in this bottom of the 7th. It brings up Jonah Bride. First pitch to Jonah. He'll take a called strike. And it's 0-1. So Bride, very familiar with Acevedo. The two were teammates with the Athletics together. The 0-1. And that one's up top, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Jonah, who was with the A's in 22 and 23. Acevedo, who was there in Oakland from 21 to 23. And the 1-1 pitch. That's a called strike, and it's 1-2. Acevedo gets ahead here. He took over for the starter Keegan Thompson in that 6th inning. Struck out 2 of the 3 he faced. And now is 1-2. Bride swings and goes the other way down the right field side. On the run here is Thompson. He'll reach out and make the catch in the corner for out number 2. Bride tries to poke one down that right field side, but it's caught, and that will bring up Austin Wins. Joe Rudy's quote after the game about facing Nolan Ryan, he said, all you can do against him is swing and hope for the best. I swung the bat as quickly as I could, and I got lucky. And yes, it probably was the longest and surest homer I've ever had. So maybe he used that strategy again against other pitchers. Wins is going to ask for time here before this first pitch. And the first pitch to Wins, and he's out in front and rolls it foul third base side. It's 0-1. That's our this date in Nolan Ryan history. Round Rock here in this bottom of the 7th, trails at 4-0. Acevedo will deal, and that's low, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Wins is flown out to right and grounded out to the third baseman as he swings away and flies this down the left field line. Going into the corner is Beck, and this ball is foul. Just kept turning. If not, Wins might have had a double. That was a cutter on the inner half and didn't strike it very well. Off the bat at about 81 miles an hour. And it slowly curved down that line. We are high atop the press box here at Dell Diamond, and always a beautiful view out in the distance, all the fireworks happening throughout the city. Tomorrow we'll have this view as the 1-2 pitch spiked out in front of the plate, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's a couple different fireworks shows going on right now. Way off behind the center field shed here in this ballpark. 2-2 offering. And it's low, 3-2. No challenge from Betancourt. And a payoff pitch coming up. That one was a baseball or 2 below the zone. Acevedo will turn, and he'll fire. It's chopped foul again. So Austin wins. We'll see a 7th pitch here from Acevedo. Tonight's attendance, 9,040. 9,040. Here we go again. Another 3-2. It's bounced up the middle. Second baseman shaded that direction. Fielding and firing to first is Amador. Is comfortable in this spot they're in right now. I don't know if that's a good thing, but they've been coming back often as of late, trailing early in games, and the first 2 games of the series were come from behind wins. So maybe they have a 3rd one in store tonight. Thomas Ireland will face Jordan Beck, Chad Stevens, and Drew Avens. 4-0 game, still within striking distance. Ireland trying to keep it that way. And his first pitch to Beck is popped up behind the plate and over our heads here in the press box. It's 0-1. Ireland, who retired the side in the 7th inning. And the 0-1. That check swing foul ball into the first base dugout. It's 0-2. So Beck will ask for time now. Jordan Beck started this series in a big way. Belted a home run on Tuesday as he'll swing and slash this foul down the third base side. And that was in, again, his first at-bat of this series. Beck does not have a hit since then, though, as he'll swing and foul another one back. And the count remains 0-2. Ireland kicks and fires. It's off the plate away. And so it's a ball and 2 strikes. Beck, who appeared in the big leagues last year for 30 games. He's up with the Rockies is the 1-2. A swing and a high fly to left. Zavala measuring it out, going back on it. He'll jump up, and this ball is gone. Jordan Beck with his 2nd homer of the week. Both of his hits in this series have been long balls. That'll be his 2nd homer of the year with Albuquerque, and the Isotopes add an insurance run. It's 5-0 in this top of the 8th. Just barely got out. That ball skied out to left. Zavala tried to scale the wall, but did not have a play. And that will bring up Chad Stevens. First pitch, and Stevens takes down and in for ball 1. So a leadoff homer for Albuquerque in this 8th inning. And Ireland's 1-0. A swing, and this one lined down the right field line, heading for the corner, and it's a fair ball. Will rattle around down there. Hover just getting to it, and into second with a double. Here is Chad Stevens, and this will be a ground rule double, they say. So Stevens with a an extra base hit. He's reached base twice tonight, extended his on-base streak to 61 games with his walk back in the third. And that will bring up Drew Avens. So a homer and a double to start this eighth. And that will trigger the Round Rock bullpen. It's like 3 white jerseys just stood up out there in the pen. And it started to move around. Someone will start throwing here in a moment. As Ireland's first pitch to Avens is down and out for ball one. So nobody out. 5-0 Albuquerque. And Avens has got a homer and 28 RBIs this year. So many great years with Oklahoma City as this 1-0 is down and away. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. And he was part of that Oklahoma City team that beat Round Rock in the 2023 Pacific Coast League Championship Series. And a 2-0. A swing, and it's pulled on the ground. First baseman there for Taylor. He'll sprint to the bag at first. Scooting up to third is Stevens. So that's the first out of this 8th inning. And it will bring up Brian Betancourt for Albuquerque. And Austin Wynns will go out to the mound here maybe to kill some time as Round Rock gets that bullpen loose to right-hander warming. And you would think they're going to have Ireland face Betancourt here, and then when the lineup flips over, maybe going to that bullpen. Don't forget, we return here tomorrow night for Independence Day. Express and Isotopes Game 5 of the series. First pitch is at 7:05. We hope you'll join us at the ballpark for what should be a fun evening of baseball and celebration. Post-game fireworks show tomorrow presented by United Heritage Credit Union. It's our America's 250th celebration tomorrow as well. Tickets and more information, head to rrexpress.com. Ireland facing Betancourt, infield on the grass. This first pitch is down and away for ball one. For those just joining us, Albuquerque 5, Round Rock nothing. Isotopes 1 in the first, 3 in the second. They just added a run here in this top of the 8th. On a Jordan Beck homer. And now the 1-0. A swing and a fly ball, and this one will tail off into the stands about 15 rows up. And that one on its way down clipped the roof, so nobody in the 15th row could get to it. 1-1. Stretch, and here's the pitch. It's down and away. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. 10 hits tonight for Albuquerque. But again, most of the damage done in those first 2 innings, and Nolan Kingham, unfortunately, is in line to get the loss right now. Nearly went 5 frames in this game. A 2-1. A swing and another fly ball, and this one will slice up into the stands. And so it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Infield up on the grass right now behind Ireland. Thomas from Saskatchewan up in Canada. He's got family in town for the week. 2-2. A swing and a line drive into right field for a single. Easily scoring from third is Stevens, and Albuquerque has a 6th run. And the lead is now 6-0. Well, Brian Betancourt, 2 hits tonight. Saw him homer on Wednesday in this series. And that'll be all for Thomas Ireland. Kyle Moore is coming out. So we'll get a pitching change here in this top half of the 8th inning. Albuquerque with a 6-0 lead. I'll tell you about the new arm when we come back on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone and the free iHeartRadio app.
At Dell Diamond begins with preparation and ends with performance. Dell Technologies keeps game day running as smoothly as a perfectly turned double play.
Food and drinks while cheering on the Round Rock Express. Get your tickets now at roundrockexpress.com and rock 'em. Joe Ross will take over for the Express. Only one out in this top of the 8th. 2 runs have already scored in this frame. The lead is now 6-0 Albuquerque. So Ross will face Adael Amador, the top of this ABQ lineup. And the first pitch is in for strike 1. 6 runs, 11 hits, and no errors for the Isotopes in this game. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors for Round Rock tonight. Express have just not been able to get anything going offensively. Ryan Betancourt down on first. Ross's 0-1 is down and in. And so it's 1 ball and 1 strike. So Joe Ross, who was designated for assignment by the Rangers last weekend, he cleared and then opted to sign back with the Rangers to a minor league deal. Now the 1-1. Amador swings a looper out to left. Sprinting in Zavala, and he's going to have to play it on a bounce. That'll be the 3rd, or check that, 4th hit of the inning here for Albuquerque. And it'll bring up Brent Doyle. Doyle stands in. And he's 2 for 4, a homer and a double. He's struck out in his last 2 plate appearances. So it'll be 1st and 2nd for the Isotopes as Ross looks back at 2nd in his first pitch. A swing and a 1-hopper to the shortstop. Rodriguez on his 2nd for 1. Espinal to first. A low throw, but Taylor goes down and gets it. It's a 6-4-3 double play. So it ends at his top of the 8th, but 2 runs score on 4 Albuquerque hits. And we'll go to the bottom of the 8th inning. E-Train need a big rally tonight. 6-0 Isotopes on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Glad to have you with us wherever you're listening or watching from. 1-0. Acevedo tries to touch the outer edge. Doesn't get the call. It's 2-0. And they Express their 3 hits. 1 coming in the first, 1 in the 3rd, and another in the 4th. Acevedo's 2-0. That's a strike. Fastball at 93. So Keegan Thompson, 5 scoreless. Hands over the bullpen, and now Acevedo trying to make it 3 scoreless innings of work. It's 2-1. Rodriguez out in front and bounces it into the Round Rock dugout foul. 2-2. Gaber tonight is 1 for 2. He's singled back in the 3rd inning. Two pitch. And he just barely gets a piece. An awkward looking cut. There was a cutter there from Acevedo, and Rodriguez just flips the bat out to make contact. Wind moving from right to left as the 2-2 pitch. Rodriguez smashes this up the middle and into center. Gaber big strides around the first base bag, but he'll put on the brakes. The leadoff single. Rodriguez is 2 of the 4 knocks tonight. That ball off his bat at 100.3. He's in a good way right now. Gaber Rodriguez has looked confident at the dish over these last couple of weeks now. And so Jared Kelenic will bat. Acevedo will straighten. And his first toss. And Kelenic takes a strike, a cutter, and it's 0-1. So Acevedo's at 40 pitches right now through 2+. We're going to get a challenge here from Kelenic. So Round Rock's lefty wants them to look at this. It was called a strike, and it will stay a strike. Just touching the inner edge. And so Round Rock will have just 1 challenge remaining. It's the first time that they've challenged in this game. Only the 2nd challenge in total. Albuquerque incorrect on a challenge in the 2nd inning as this 0-1 is over for a strike, and it's 0-2. Albuquerque 6, Round Rock nothing. Home half of the 8th inning. Gaber Rodriguez a leadoff single. And the 0-2 pitch. And Kelenic swings a high hopper. Second baseman getting around it. On to his shortstop for 1. The relay to first. He's safe. Avoids the double play. It'll be a fielder's choice. And so there's 1 out. Now Kelenic on first. Rodriguez taking off the bases. And John Taylor coming up. Taylor 0 for 3 tonight. John has shown off his power since joining this team. He's got 16 hits and 8 of them have gone for extra bases. The first offering. Acevedo pounds the zone for strike 1. Here's the set. And the 0-1. That's in there for a strike. A fastball over the heart of the plate. It's 0-2. John Taylor at his collegiate baseball, Louisiana Lafayette, went undrafted. Decided to play independent baseball at the end of 24. And then to start 25 before the Rangers scooped him up and signed him as the 0-2 pitch skips in well out in front of the plate. And so it's a ball and 2 strikes. And Taylor, who went to 3 different schools in 3 different years to begin his collegiate career. Salt Lake Community College for a year, then transferred to Yavapai in Arizona before transferring to Louisiana Lafayette, where he had a great career there as a Raging Cajun. 1-2 the count. Acevedo holds, he'll deal. Waved at. Another strikeout for Acevedo. It's his 3rd since he's entered in that 6th inning. And there's now 2 down in this bottom of the 8th. And it'll be Santiago Espinal to bat. Espinal, 10th round pick on the Red Sox back in 2016. And this is his first game with the Express. And the first offering. That's in for strike 1. He's barely spent any time in the minor leagues since 2020. This is only his 5th game in the minors since that 2020 season, and the other 4 were on rehab assignments. The 0-1. He swings and blisters this right at the shortstop. Stevens has it go right through his legs and into left. Rounding second and heading to third here is Kelnick, and it's men on the corners. Well, it's going to go down most likely as an E6. It was right at Chad Stevens, but he just could not gobble it up. It got through his legs. He made contact with that ball. It skimmed off his glove and then trickled into left field. So Kelnick going first to third. Again, because it was hit right at Stevens, I doubt this will be a hit here for Espinal. So now Aaron Zavala will bat, and the first offering. And he'll take a called strike. It's 0-1, so a golden opportunity here for Round Rock, down 6-0 in the bottom of the 8th. Zavala, the lefty against the righty. Espinal's pitch. Swing and a miss out in front on a changeup, and it's 0-2. $9,000 plus making some noise right now. The 0-2. That's low. Zavala tonight has flown out twice to the left fielder Beck. He struck out in his last plate appearance in the 6th. 800 OPS against righties compared to 636 against lefties. There's a righty on the mound right now. The pitch. A swing and a fly ball that will twist up towards the stands and out of play. So another 1-2 pitch will be on the way from Acevedo. Nobody throwing right now in the Albuquerque bullpen, but all of a sudden some Isotopes have gotten up and have started throwing weighted balls against the wall out there. 1-2, 2 outs, 2 on for Round Rock in this bottom of the 8th. The pitch to Zavala. Fouled back, stays on it. A heater at 94. And we'll see another 1-2 coming up. Albuquerque a run in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the 8th tonight. Round Rock trailing at 6-0. But an error extends this inning. Can Zavala take advantage? Acevedo is set. And his 1-2. A swing, and this ball blistered. Center field, it's down and rolling to the fence. Scoring from third, Kelnick. Coming around third, Espinal. Zavala will stop at second. It's a 2 RBI. Double and the E-Train are on the board. It's now a 6-2 ball game. Aaron Zavala gets into one, 101.7 off his bat. And the center fielder, Avens, just couldn't get over to it, and then he had to chase it down at the base of the wall. So a costly 8th inning error, and now it'll bring out Albuquerque's pitching coach, Craig Bjornson. Now this team has had some magic in them the last few nights. Yesterday came up short, but Tuesday and Wednesday, both comeback wins. You'd love to see Haver come up with a hit here to cut the Albuquerque lead in half. For Aaron Zavala, it's RBIs number 31 and 32 of his season. So a quick conversation on the mound here with Acevedo. Again, the inning would have been over. Chad Stevens got a ground ball. It was struck well. Went off his glove and into left. It extended the frame, and now 2 outs, a man on second. Round Rock trailing it 6-2. And we'll see what Haver can do. Well, this place is alive right now. They were looking for something to cheer for, and Aaron Zavala provided the moment. First offering to Haver. They'll take low for ball 1. Trevor 1 for 2 tonight, a double and a walk in this game. Acevedo a look at second is 1-0. Swing and a miss out in front on the changeup, but it's a ball and a strike. Acevedo had him off balance there. Bottom half of the zone. Right-hander comes center on his midsection. His 1-1 toss. Top of the zone for strike 2. Crowd doesn't like it. That sinker just catching the top rail. Both teams with 1 challenge remaining, by the way. 6-2 game. Express scoring twice on Aaron Zavala's double here in this bottom of the 8th. And the pitch. A swing and a liner out to right, but waiting for it is Thompson, and he'll make the catch. It'll be 2 runs on 2 Round Rock hits. 1 left out for the Express and 1 costly error for Albuquerque. Isotopes hold a 6-2 lead as we travel to the top of the 9th here from Del Diamond on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Round Rock and Albuquerque heading to the top of the 9th. 6-2 game. Isotopes have the lead. And so Joe Ross back out to the mound facing Sterling Thompson. He'll swing at the first pitch and lift it in the air to left field. Over to his right, Aaron Zavala. Can of corn. There's 1 away. So Thompson, first pitch swinging. He's retired, and it brings up Charlie Condon. So Joe Ross entered there with 1 out in the 8th. Gave up a single right away, and then came right back and got a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. Now those 2 runs for Albuquerque in the top of the 8th, so important after Round Rock came back in the bottom of the 8th and scored 2 times. So this is still a 4-run lead for the Isotopes as we open up this 9th inning. As Ross's first pitch to Charlie Condon, and that's down and away for ball 1. Condon is 1 for 4 tonight. He's singled back in the first inning, but he's been kept quiet since then. Ross kicks and deals, and Condon swings and shoots this the opposite way for a single. Well, he will not leave Del Diamond without a multi-hit game. So Condon with his 4th multi-hit game this week. He's got 10 hits in this series. So with one out, a man aboard, and Vimael Machine will bat. Machine has been a tough customer in this game. Walked back in the first, singled in the fifth, and the first offering. And that one is off the plate away for ball one. So Joe Ross, who just returned to this club, signed back with the Texas Rangers, is 1-0. And it's off the plate outside. Tried the splitter there. And it's 2-0, but a challenge here from Round Rock's catcher, Austin Wynn. Express have one remaining. So it's an E-Train challenge. We'll go to the board and take a look. The challenge is in. And that one did miss outside. It's an unsuccessful challenge, and the Express are out of challenges tonight. So not have one going to that bottom of the ninth. And it's been a great game for Casey James, the crew chief. He's been on fire tonight. As Ross kicks up in the 2-0. That's down and in. 3 balls and no strikes. One away, a man on first for Albuquerque. Top of this ninth inning. The Express in the bottom of the ninth. They will have 6, 7, and 8 due up. Diego Castillo, Jonah Bride, and Austin Wins. Just looking for base runners in that bottom of the ninth inning. And now Ross will fire in the 3-0. It's above the zone, ball 4. Machine draws a walk. And so there's 2 on with 1 out. And it will allow Jordan Beck to bat. Beck is 1 for 4. He homered in the 8th inning. Let's go ahead and take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard right now, see what's happening around the Pacific Coast League. Oklahoma City and Sugar Land has gone final. It's the Comets with a 4-3 win, so that's good news for the Express. Sugar Land, who is in a tie for first coming into today, they will drop to 7-3 in the second half. As the first pitch here, the right-hander is down and out for ball 1. And Beck, who has 2 hits in this series, both of them are homers. Albuquerque 6, Round Rock 2, top of this ninth inning, 2 on, 1 out. Joe Ross trying to wiggle his way out of trouble. And now the 1-0. A swing and a ground ball, left side, past the dive of the shortstop and into left field. Rounding third here is Condon. The throw from Zavala's cut off. Castillo fires back to second. The tag, Machine safe. A run will score. It's an RBI single for Jordan Beck. And it's now 7-2 Albuquerque. Castillo, the cutoff man, took that throw from left and quickly fired back to second as Machine rounded the bag. But he's able to get back in time. This crowd didn't think so. Watch the replay. It did look like he got into the bag just in time. Feet first slide back into second. So now Joe Ross will get a visit from his catcher, Austin Wins here. For Beck, it's his second RBI of the night. And now the lead stretched back out to 5 runs here for the Isotopes. And it'll be first and second for Chad Stevens. Stevens is 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. Now that wind is howling out to left again. And Ross, his first pitch to Stevens. A swing, and this is a looper to center coming on. Kelnick, it will drop in for a hit. Machine getting the stop sign, took a big turn, now has to race back to third, and the throw from the first baseman, cutoff man Taylor, is not in time again. Meanwhile, Machine, hands on his knees right now, gasping for air. He's had to run a lot here and has been stopping and starting frequently around the base paths in this night. So the bases are loaded. Stevens collects his second hit of the game. He's reached base 3 times, and now Albuquerque has a chance to put this game out of reach. Bases loaded, 1 out. Drew Avens will bat. 7-2 Isotopes in this top of the 9th inning. So Ross will kick up in the first pitch. And this is low for ball one. Nobody throwing in that Express bullpen. Ross has not thrown that many pitches. Again, took over in the 8th. He's up to 15 pitches tonight. And the 1-0. A swing, and this one jammed up the middle. Second baseman flipping Espinal. It bounces to the shortstop cover, and they get the out there, but Machine will score. And it's now 8-2 Albuquerque. Soft dribbler up the middle that jammed Avens. He'll pick up an RBI here. Espinal, the second baseman, gloved and flipped in one motion, and it bounced going to the shortstop cover in the bag. He was able to pick it up there and get the out at second. So now it's first and third with 2 outs. The score 8-2 Isotopes. And now Brian Betancourt will bat. And John Taylor was playing back at first here. Austin Wins came out from his crouch behind the plate before the pitch came in because they want Taylor to hold the runner on here. And John was playing back at the edge of the dirt at the start of the outfield grass, so now he is holding Avens on. And the first offering to Betancourt. He'll swing for the fences, and it's by him 0-1. Albuquerque started their night with a run in the first, 3 in the second, and now 2 in the 8th and 2 more in this top of the 9th. Here's the 0-1. That's time. The ball and a strike. Other scores around the Pacific Coast League. Salt Lake and Las Vegas are tied at 9 in the top of the 7th there at the ballpark at America First Square. Aviators on a 12-game road trip right now. 1-1. And this is fouled out of play. It's 1-2. Albuquerque will stay on the road after this series. They are on their 12-game road trip. They will bust down to Sugar Land post-game Sunday. Open up a series with the Space Cowboys on Tuesday from Constellation Field. 1-2 the count. 2 outs. Top of this 9th inning. Isotopes with men on the corners, hoping Brian Betancourt can put this game away right now. Ross holds, kicks, and delivers. A swing and a fly ball, center field. Kelnick coming up on it, still coming in. Now stops on a dime, back a step, and makes the catch. But Albuquerque scores 2 more times. Their lead is back to 6 runs. It's 8-2. The Express have their work cut out for them as we go to the bottom of the 9th on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone and the free iHeartRadio app. Ended the shutout with their 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th. So it'll be Diego Castillo to lead things off. 6, 7, and 8 to bat against Domingo Acevedo. And this first pitch is up and in for ball 1. 15 hits tonight for Albuquerque in this game. On the verge of evening this series up at 2 games apiece. Now the pitch, and Castillo fouls it back. And it's a ball and a strike. Acevedo out of the bullpen has been stellar. As 1-1 to Castillo. And it's popped up and again gets out of play. Behind the plate, it's 1-2. Acevedo's gone 3 innings. He allowed 2 runs in that 8th inning, but they were unearned. A ground ball that would have ended the threat, kept the shutout intact, got through the shortstop. Aaron Zavala doubled to drive in 2 as Castillo bounces this back to the mound. Acevedo spears it in a long flip over to first for out number 1. I don't know how Diego Castillo even made contact with this ball. But again, there you go. That's just him with great bat to ball skills. This is a changeup down, about as late of a swing as you'll see. Somehow bounced it up the middle, and Acevedo ends up finding it in his glove. I think he realized that he had gloved it. So first pitch to Jonah Bride. And Jonah will take a slider for strike 1. The pitch, and he swings and pops it up on the infield. Shortstop waving for it, Stevens, and he'll make the catch. And Round Rock now down to their last out here. So it'll be up to Austin Wins to extend the game. Again, outside of that 8th inning, the Express tonight have had multiple men on base in a frame. Just one other time when they walked twice back in the 2nd inning. First pitch to Austin Wins, and he'll foul it back. It's 0-1. Again, these two teams return here tomorrow for the 4th of July. First pitch is at 7:05. Our pregame will start at 6:50. And the 0-1 to Wins. Swings and misses, and it's 0-2. So Round Rock down to their last strike. 9,040 in the building tonight. 9,040. Acevedo ready to go. He'll rock, and the 0-2 offering. And swung on and dribbled on the infield grass. Third baseman on the backhand, throw into first machine, and that's the game. So 1-2-3 ninth for Domingo Acevedo, and Albuquerque cruises to an 8-2 win tonight.